Sometimes you gotta try something different. This is a game I wasn't so sure I was ever gonna play, actually. But here we are, something a lot newer than what I usually play. Something a little different. On a system I haven't played a ton of games on. Welcome to Let's Play, was it SpongeBob HeroPants? I actually didn't look very closely at the case or anything like that before I put it in the console. I just hurriedly got this started up after I finished Atlantis Scorpantus just a few minutes ago. Activision, I haven't seen this Activision opening in a long time. Look at that. So, new game. This will be interesting. It's of course been way too long since I played a new SpongeBob game. So that's why I decided to do something a little bit different, something a little bit special, as Unity of all things, huh? Have I ever played a Unity game on a console? I don't know. 2015 though, this is a lot more recent than almost anything I've played on this channel. I think the newest things I might have played might have been Ori and the Blind Forest and Freedom Planet? That aside, not a lot of newer stuff, so unfortunately, I believe this is tied into the film that was released at one point. Ooh, tell me about the legal things. I see. Return the unopened box. Well, how am I going to return the unopened box if I've already put this in, if I'm seeing this just now by playing in the game? Playing the game in the... It's interesting. I've never seen legal text just accessible from the menu like this. So I apologize if I'm not familiar as one would expect with the source material, if this is based off that indeed. The fact that I'm not sure if that's the case is probably a bad sign in the first place. Anyways, let's just make sure we know what we're doing here. We have targeting systems apparently. Okay. Of course, we'll probably find out what this is like as we play the game. This is a newer game where they don't really assume you're actually going to read how to play the game. I'm going to turn everything down a little bit because I don't want echoes from the game itself reaching my microphone. My microphone's right next to the monitor that this is coming from. Unfortunately, it might mean that I have a little bit of a hard time hearing things in this game. That may or may not be the case. We'll see. I can adjust it later if I have to. Anyways, it's about time to get started here. Alright, probably already taken more time than I should have. We have things to unlock. It looks like it's just characters. Mostly. And then the actual achievements. Cool. Not a lot of achievements. But we'll worry about that later. Let's go. So I think the gameplay in this is slightly, like, I don't know what to compare it to, like Nicktoons Unite or something like that, maybe? I've only really seen screenshots of it, and like parents' reviews saying that the game's not worth much other than just like giving your kids something to amuse themselves with for a short period of time. We'll probably try out different characters or something like that, maybe. We'll see. I have no idea what this is going to be like, so we'll find out. Maybe together. Or just me. Normal. Oh geez, that reminds me of another episode. You're looking quite square this time though, at least.
Oh, hi Patrick. Hi Sandy.
Y'all notice something a little not normal today?
Depends. Does that count?
That's not normal at all! Plankton, is this your evil scheme?
Bubbles the talking dolphin!
SpongeBob Plankton didn't do this. You see, someone is using the last page from a magic book to make weird things happen.
What kind of weird things?
Like this, for example. Using this page I just found, I gave you superhero powers. Temporarily, at least.
Hey, that was weird.
Find the last page and pick up any other pages like this one before reality as we know it ceases to exist. Shouldn't be too hard. Good luck.
Bye, Dolphin.
How are we supposed to find random pages from some book?
Hey, look! A random book page.
Awesome. You know what comes in really handy on a cold night? A cuttlefish. Oh wait, that's cuttlefish.
SpongeBob, I swear.
Ellie. Oh, never mind.
Can we turn this down just a little bit more? I mean, I have the...
Who wants to go
I'll make sure it's possible for you guys to hear this later, but I'm in the dilemma of it feeling a little bit too loud sometimes, and other times me having to listen really,
Press the
really
jump
closely
button to jump. That makes sense.
to actually hear things. The visual style of this game is definitely very different. They like lots of very soft looking shading. Things look soft. They look very matte, which is kind of weird. So this is all I've seen of the game so far, actually. All I've really seen the game looking like is this. You just have kind of nondescript locations that you run around on. I don't know what the game looks like or anything. Oh, whoops.
I'm super ready.
That's what that button does. Okay, that's a limited resource, so that we should probably try to make something of this while we have it. Very, very floaty. I also have to say, it definitely looks to me like this game's art style and direction is geared towards
Tap
the
jump button twice to double
very not
jump.
normal appearances of the characters, because the normal appearances of the characters look a little peculiar. Like SpongeBob's torso not moving in any capacity as he runs. It's just his limbs. Interesting. Sandy in particular looked a little off to me, though, to be perfectly honest. Patrick thankfully can look good in pretty much any art style, 3D or otherwise, I find. Sandy was not quite the same thing. Regardless. So is it just a timer, the whole superhero thing? Looks like it. Just have to wait for that to fill back up before I can do it, I suppose. Is there any music here? I can't actually hear it. I don't hear music. Is there music? It's probably gonna sound really loud for you guys right now.
Ooh, my super energy is filling up. Keep
Yeah, the music's just... I don't know if the music is quiet on in its own right. I'll turn it up a little bit more so I can try to hear it myself. I couldn't hear it at all. And I could hear the characters. Mostly. Anyways. So, one thing I'm appreciating so far is this game doesn't seem to take itself too seriously. I mean, Dolphin Bottom
to be a superhero, but be careful, it won't last long.
and the movie game, I figured I'd at least have collisions. Okay, just fall through the ground. But in the SpongeBob movie game and Dolphin Bomb did a fine job, I think, of taking themselves fairly seriously. But this game's not really purporting to do anything of that nature. Oh, I don't think I can do a ground pound attack while I'm in the air. Interesting. Unless I'm in super mode. I guess SpongeBob's just too light. He's in fact a sponge. But the game doesn't hide any capacity that what it's doing and how things happen is totally ridiculous and overly convenient, which I'm happy to go with. If a game's gonna act like it should be taken seriously and then do ridiculous things like that, I'll cool a page.
One page closer.
It's a very good start. I don't know if I'll try to get all the, I don't know, everything in this game or not. We'll see. It depends on how reasonable 100%ing this game is. But if the game doesn't ask me to take it seriously, then I don't mind if I find it hard to take seriously, because I'm not gonna try. But if the game tries to make me take it seriously and then it does really ridiculous things like, I don't know, overly convenient plot points and weird ridiculous stuff, then it can be kind of annoying, but I'm on board with how the game's handling it so far. The one thing that's bugging me a little bit is the implication I'm noticing.
Button a tap, and I'll deliver a slap.
Are those like dirty bubbles? Not quite.
Stinky bubble, let's find a detour.
Well, they kind of are.
Aha, a page, grab it.
Yes, grab it. Where was I going with that? Darn it. I was just talking a few minutes ago in Atlantis Script Pandas about being annoyed with myself, cutting myself off and not knowing what I'm going to say afterwards. Oh well.
Uh-oh, stinky bubble, let's find a detour.
I imagine though we'll
Back to
find out what
Imagination Land with you. We just
other things are going
like
on
a
in this game
bad
later,
dream.
probably, eventually. I do get the impression this game is meant to be played a bit more with multiple people though. Which is probably the reason for this is what I was talking about. All the characters seem to play literally exactly the same. Because all the characters being the same and being totally balanced, it can be a good idea if you're expected to have multiple people playing, so you don't have one character automatically advantaged over the other, which can cause conflict between people playing the game. But it also means that if you're playing this alone, or if you just have fewer than 4 people, making different choices playing certain characters doesn't have much of an interesting impact on the game. I will still try playing certain characters just to sit there, liking how they might be amusing to me in separate or in different fashions and the like. We'll see. I would say right now I'd like a little bit more integration of the levels into. I did. Although I would appreciate the platformers coming over here before instead of after. I came up here.
Blaster burgers. Ooh, these could come in handy.
Oh, it's those.
Use the special button
Okay,
to
I
throw
appreciate
these.
references to the show with that at least. It's the Nasty Patty
Just
looking thing.
vanished
Okay, I also
like a bad
appreciate having an
dream.
animation for the game. So that's what your targeting system is.
Back to imagination land with you.
So I would not mind having aiming a little less automated, so I can actually put some effort into aiming and hitting these things.
Just vanished
Also, I need to hit
like
the
a
baseless
bad
patches for
dream.
some reason, which is kind of weird.
Kitchen utensils are not supposed to do
I
that.
find that a little weird,
I have to admit, my spatula can't do that.
but little references to the show are always nice in my book, I think. The Patty that killed the health inspector.
Back to imagination land with you.
I don't even remember how that episode ended now I think about it. I don't think the health inspector actually died. Probably didn't. But I don't remember anything other than the health inspector choking on the fly. And then them SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs digging him a grave. I remember nothing after that, except for Mr. Krabs saying that ice is a myth. But I don't remember what happened after that.
Just vanished
Aha.
like a bad dream.
Oh, what was the... I was aiming at something for a moment there that was
Kitchen
definitely not an
utensils are
enemy.
not supposed to do that.
Anyways. So mixed feelings about the throwing patties at things mechanic so far, but oh well. We'll make it work. As I don't think I finished this thought earlier. One thing I would like is for... Here we go. Okay, stop.
Supersized energy there.
Sound immediately fills your meter. So I'm guessing I can't make this jump myself normally, right? Yeah. But if I do this... Oh, it only shows me the animation for it once. I see. Now I can run along
Lightning bolt. Get ready for superhero
and jump
action.
further. Can I jump in the air? I thought he had an air attack that I could do. I need to do a double jump first.
Uh-oh, stinky bubble. Let's find a detour.
Also, yeah, I figured I also have an unlimited range attack. I figured there'd be something like that. So does SpongeBob have a... No, SpongeBob doesn't have a ground pound attack
My
normally.
spatula can't do that.
Now, what I was trying to say, before I got interrupted again, was I would like a little bit more integration of the environment step. Sometimes pressing a simple button is the most satisfying. I would like to see the environment integrate into the level design a little bit more, because right now it's just a generic level design with a Bikini Bottom backdrop. I'd like to see some buildings or anything like that, or being able to run around in the Krusty Krab before I run out everywhere else first.
Yikes! Gas attack!
So what do these pages do again? Not like plot-wise, I know what they do plot-wise, but
Ooh,
what
my
function do they have
superpower is filling
from a
up.
gameplay
Keep
perspective?
it going and I'll have superpowers.
What reason do I have to pick them up other than just the game having told me to? Do I unlock things for picking them up? We'll see. I also wonder how long these levels tend to be. We'll find out. This is reminding me a little bit of the
Ready to be a superhero.
second level in the movie game, actually.
Won't last long.
Color of all this. General color scheme and direction. Definitely different music, though. Okay.
Lightning bolt.
So,
That'll
I
give
do
me a
have that
superhero
to
jolt.
do. Let's do that now,
Get
sooner rather
ready
than
for a
later.
supercharge. Hooray!
Also don't know what picking up these coins does either. This game is very generous with how it makes the superhero bolts appear again immediately. Oh man, that's also really convenient. So, you can actually drop, and then do a double jump after that. Ah! Almost. Like, I appreciate that the bubbles come from the wand on his head, but could we please have an animation for this? For throwing things and for shooting things? It might sound like a small thing, but not having an animation for something like that is... makes a big impact on how polished the game feels. Anyways... Ah. Oh. Ah. I didn't think I would have collisions.
I have to admit, my spatula can't do that.
What? How did you get into a bubble? I shot you with a bubble earlier, but I didn't just now. Anyways.
Yikes!
I guess, so I'm yet to see how anything actually hurts you yet, as far as enemies go. Of course, the...
Keep it going and I'll have superpowers!
I know, SpongeBob. Of course, the spatulas actually try to whack you. Hi, down there. But the bubbles, I guess they just do contact damage or something? I haven't seen them do anything to me yet. The auto aim is not very reliable either, just a little annoying. I would really prefer being able to aim myself. One, so it would take a little bit more effort, but two, so I could actually aim better than the game aims for me. I might as well explore everything though. Oh, here we go. It's like print. That's all Plankton like. Plankton supposedly has nothing to do with this. At least that's what the hyperdimensional dolphin told me. I want to see more of that dolphin. That dolphin intrigues me. This game turns out to have like no cutscenes or anything like that, or any other. Yeah, secrets breaking. Or any other, I don't know, anything. It's gonna be disappointing because I want to see more of that dolphin. One unfortunate downside though to adding little details like detailed collisions to things in your game, like be able to stand on things like this, is that people can then use them for sequence breaking. As I just did. What was that off the top right? I saw over the wall. Speaking of seeing things you're not supposed to be able to see, there's a building over there. I can at least appreciate the detail of the jellyfish holding this thing for me. The jellyfish are actually transparent too, it looks like. That's nice. Alright, I think this is a good resting spot. I'll say this is it for this episode. Let's play SpongeBob. Well, I'm not really sure what this game's called. HeroPants. I don't remember, man. SpongeBob HeroPants or something. We'll make it our mission next episode to find out. See you, everyone.